Hi everyone, welcome back to the Code Step by Step channel. My name is Anil Sidhu, and in this part of Laravel tutorial series, we will talk about form validation. So in last two part, we were talking about how we can make forms and how we can handle the complex forms also, like how we can handle radio button, checkbox, drop down, and range and all with the Laravel. So now we will talk about validation. Validation simply means whenever we are submitting a form, so desired input should be there. For example, if we will not enter the username, phone number, email ID, then there is no point to submit this form because these are the important and required fields. So here we will check the form should be properly validated and the required input data should be there in the form basically. So for that, first of all, we will apply the validation with the input fields. Then we'll see how we can show the validation message, and then we'll see how we can show the validation message with the each of the input fields. Yes. So whenever we are showing the validation message, we can show with the two ways. First one, we can show all the validation message on the top of our form so that user can check all the validation issues at a single time. Second thing, if you want to show the validation message with the each of the input field, that is also possible. And in this part, we will cover both of these ways, right? And this is the playlist for Laravel tutorial 13 that will definitely help you out for Laravel job project and interviews. You can watch this playlist, link is given in the description box. So now let's move to the code. So in last part, we were basically checking about the request object. So let's say if I just commented out this line, and now if I try to submit this form, then you will see we have lots of null values there. If I just format it, then you can see that username, phone number, email ID, these are the basically null values. So how we can validate them, that we will check in this part. So let's say if you want to validate the username first, then how you can do that. So what you need to do, so there is a validate method in the request object basically to provide the validations. Dollar required, then validate, and in this validate we can use basically object, right? We have to pass a array there, and now you can mention the field name on which you want to provide any validation, you want to use any validation. So username. And how did I know that I have to provide the validation on the username? See, there in the form we have an input field and there we have a property name. So whatever we have value in this name property or attribute that we have to use. So where there we have username, right? So I'll just use it like this, and there should be semicolon at the last definitely, and there we have to provide the validation type, like what validation I want to provide, some minimum value, maximum value, required, email, numeric value, whatever I want to do. So I just want to make it required field there, and we made a mistake there. There should be the small arrow like with the hyphen, not with the equal to. All right, so now if I try to submit this, you will see we are not able to submit this form. If I try to submit this, you can see that after just a quick refresh it will come back to the form. Why this is happening? Because of this validation. Now why there is no validation message? Because that is not applied yet. To apply that, what we need to do, I'll let you know. But let's say if I just put some data there and then I try to add the new user, then it will allow us to submit this form. Now it will just bypass this validation and just returning this request there, and we have the username there, right? And again, if I just remove this, if I try to submit, it will not allow us. Okay, we got that. The validation is applied, but there is no error message for that, no validation message for that. For that, what you need to do, you have to come back on the form, and first let's say we want to show this error message on the top of our form. So for that, what you can do, you have to check a if condition. If dollar errors and any function. So if we have any error, that time we have to run a loop there. Which loop, I'll let you know. But first of all, this if is basically the directive, and we have to end it also. So you can simply create there at the rate and if, right? So if there is any error, then that code flow will be go inside this if block. Understand? Now what we need to do, we can just make a UL, and inside this we can make a li also, and there we will show our. But how these errors will become, they will come through that again from this errors object. So you need to use there at the rate for each, and inside this for each. And inside this dollar errors as dollar error, and it should be dollar errors all, because if there are two fields, five fields, it will run this loop for each of the input field, right, and find out if there is any error. After this you have to end this for each also, at the rate end for each. And now just replace this static error with the dollar errors, dollar error, not errors, right? Now if I just try to submit this, you will see we get that error message there. Now we want to show this error message in the red color, because whenever we show any errors or validation, usually in the red color. Then for that I'll just use their style, and in the style I'll use their color red. Now again if I submit this, you can see that we get this message in the red color. So now let's say we have this validation error on the two fields, right, with the phone number also, because we have that phone field also. Let me show you. There we have this phone field. Now it will show the two error message. Here you can see that if I just enter their name, it will only show the one error message. Okay, understand. But again there is another issue. So if I just simply put there one character phone number and one character name and try to submit this, this will allow us. But phone number cannot be a single character, and usually that username also cannot be the single character. For that we have to provide the minimum and maximum validation. So let's say I'll just provide their min 3, and there I will, let's say, provide phone number is minimum for that 3 character. I know that phone number can be from 8-9 characters, but if I try to type this one by one, then it will take lots of time. So I just provide the minimum character is 3, and that maximum is, let's say, 12 character. Understand? Now coming back there, and I'm trying to submit their username with the 1 and a, like phone number and this username, then it will throw error, like they both should be at least 3 characters. So if I just put their Anil, and if I just simply use their, let's say, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, then it should allow. Here you can see that this is allowing right now. Another issue is, let's say if I just simply put their Anil, and if I just put their Anil in the phone number, again it will allow, right? Because but phone number should be the numeric value only. For that again you can use the pipe, and then you can put their numeric like this, right? And now if I go back and if I try to submit there, let's say Anil or something, it will not allow. Like it should be number only, right? 1 2 3 4 5 something like this. Now you can see that the phone number must not be greater than 12 character, but our phone number is not greater than 12 character. Why this is showing this? We need to put like digits should be between 3 to 12, or let's say we can say that 10 to, or 12 is fine because we are using 12 only, right? So again let me refresh it and then try to put some numbers like this. When I try to add, now this is allow us to submit. So now there is a one more thing. So here we are passing the array with the skills, right? But let's say because of some weird reason you forget to miss these arrays, right? Then you know that, right, we will able to submit only one value, not the multiple values. So if you want to handle this, what you can do with the skills, you can mention like it should be array only skills, then you can mention required. This is a required field, and this should be an array, right? Now it will allow us, let me put some random things there, and you can see that this is allowing us. Perfect, no issue at all. And we have this multiple skills also. But maybe a front-end developer or whoever is working on that blade template part, if they forget to put these skills, right, and then they submit it like this, and some number, and try to submit these values, then it throw an error, because it should be an array, not be the normal values, right? So with that, with the checkboxes or with any field, if you want to check the data should be in array format, that you can also check basic. Okay, now there is a one more important thing. So if I just submit this form, it show that all these error messages on the top, but you want to show these validation message below of the specific input. And how we can do that? For that, what you need to do, with the each of the input field, you can come there and simply you need to use the error directive like this. You can provide that your field name. This is very important, right? Don't forget to put the same field name. If you will just mention their email, then it will show the email validation message. So this is very important. Keep it the same name as for which you want to show the error there. And after that you have to end also, like and error, and between this you can simply just copy and paste this and replace this error with the dollar message like this, right? Now if I just submit this again, you can see that we have this error message here also, right? And better if you will use pen there, because it will not create some extra space. That would be better. Like now we have lots of space there, we can see that, right? But if you will just simply use the span, then it will not create extra space. You can manage it by the style also, but this is my recommendation, right? So just copy this and paste it with the other fields also wherever you want to show the error. So let's say with the gender also, and don't forget to use that exact name for which you want to show the error. And for this one also need to replace username with the phone number. And now if you don't want to show this above error message, you can just comment it out, refresh it, and here you can see that we have the error message for these input fields. So that's all for this part. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this part, guys.